A lot of real estate changes have happened since August 15th, so let's go over what changed and how it's been working so far. So the NAR settlement was finalized on August 15th, and that's when we've seen all these changes take place. So let's go over the three big changes that occurred with this settlement. Before a buyer can walk into a home with a buyer's agent, they have to have a signed written agreement. Compensation to a buyer's agent must be clearly indicated if it's coming from the seller or from the listing agent's brokerage. And there is a third option there as well, which you could offer no commission. And offers of compensation can no longer be posted in the MLS or third-party aggregate sites. Okay, so back to the first point. So for that written agreement with the buyers and the buyer's agent, there has to be three things in there. Commission has to be clearly stated, whatever the compensation may be, that has to be written down, percentage, fee, or otherwise. There has to be a specific end date. So the end date could be filled in to whatever date that the buyers and the buyer's agent agree to. 1 day, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. And finally, there has to be conspicuous language in this agreement that all fees and commissions are negotiable. And number two, compensation to a buyer's agent must be clearly indicated if it's coming from a seller or listing agent. More on that in the next section. And number three, offers of compensation can no longer be posted in the MLS. So it used to be on every single house that I would show folks, the commission would be listed right there, and then I would just inform the buyers of that amount, and if we had a written agreement, if there was a disparity there. That's no longer the case. It's been taken out of the MLS and also for third-party websites. So think of the big websites that rhyme with Willow that no longer will have that anymore as well. But let's talk about where commission can be posted. It can be posted on an agent's personal website, a brokerage website, social media. I could even have it in the house just sitting there on a piece of paper. It just cannot be in the MLS or a third-party website. Okay, so that's recapping the changes that has happened in the industry. Let's go ahead and talk about, in practice, what Amanda and I have seen over the past 2+ months. So first off, for the buyer's rep agreement, we've had no issues having any buyers agree to that agreement. And, we're very upfront, talk to them about commission. This is what we expect. And then for the timeline, that's completely up to them. If they only want to look for a little bit until, let's say, they're renting and their lease might expire or the lease might be up for 3 months, they only want to do a 3-month commitment. That's completely fine. We've done a 1-month commitment. We've done 6-month commitments. That's completely up to every single buyer and how long they're looking and want to work with us. And for rule of thumb for Amanda and I, we don't want to work with anybody any longer than they want to work with us. So we're completely accommodating on that aspect of things. Just the important thing is, before someone steps into a home to go see it, a buyer that is, this rep agreement has to be signed. In regards to compensation to buyer's agent and how it must be clearly indicated if it's coming from the seller, from the listing broker, this is where training makes a difference. Berkshire Hathaway has given us extensive training and all paths that a listing broker can choose from to offer a buyer broker commission. Amanda and I have chosen the one that works best for us. We speak to our sellers about the importance of still offering a commission, namely that we want to attract as many eyeballs and showings to their house as possible. And with the requirement of a signed buyer-broker agreement, buyers do not want to be the ones that have to pay their buyer agent in addition to their down payment and closing costs. 100% of our sellers have agreed to offer a buyer-broker commission as cooperating compensation to the buyer broker. And I think this is the biggest plus that sellers see as far as still wanting to offer a commission is that all buyers now have to have a signed written agreement with a buyer broker. And if that buyer broker's written agreement is 3%, a seller lists a home and offers no commission or less than 3% commission, that buyer's bringing a down payment and closing costs already to the closing table. So if it's offered 0% commission, then that buyer might just choose to not put an offer on that house or not even go see that house if they have to make up that commission for their buyer, or for their buyer's agent rather. Number 3, offers of compensation can no longer be posted in the MLS. So how do we get the word out to buyers that we are offering a commission? Berkshire Hathaway has given all their agents a spot on their websites, our own personal websites, to have the buyer broker compensation form attached and uploaded online. So they did that for all of their agents because they want it to be known in the industry that if you're working with a Berkshire Hathaway agent, you can go to their website and you can find the commission without even having to, what's happening most often is you're texting or emailing an agent and you're waiting to hear back from them on what the commission is. And, if you just found out you're about to show that house to some buyers, what Amanda and I try to do is we try to give the commission before walking into the house so that our buyers know exactly the difference in disparity between what we're required, what we're looking for compensation, and what that home is offering. But in this wait and see game where you text and wait to hear back from an agent, that's just not possible at all times. And just like I stated, I text and email these agents, usually asking them for that document. I've gotten a whole gamut of different answers. A lot of times they'll text me back and say, we don't have a broker form, but we're offering 2.5%. Or they'll say, I'll get the broker form to you later, but just so you know, we're offering 2%. We've also gotten our seller is going to take a hit on this house and can't offer a commission, so it's $0. And then we have to inform our buyer that this homeowner is offering 0 commission on this home, and then we remind the buyer what our fee is, and then we make a decision if we're still going to go see that house or not. And that's, again, going back to Amanda and I, that's a big reason why we tell our sellers to continue to have a commission, because we don't want that to be the reason someone doesn't see the house. Our job is to market this home. And the best way to market this home is, as I stated before, get as many eyeballs and as much traffic to the home as possible. So we're just a little bit more than 2 months past this NAR settlement lawsuit. And to be honest with you, besides getting the buyer broker agreement signed and besides having a more in-depth conversation about commission with our sellers, for Amanda and I, nothing else has changed. The sky isn't falling. Real estate isn't getting turned upside down. Buyers and sellers aren't saving oodles and oodles of money. It's just changed how it looks in the industry. Was this the change that the lawsuit wanted to happen, or is this the outcome that those who filed this lawsuit wanted to happen? I don't know, but I will keep the rest of my thoughts to myself on that subject. If you have any more questions about this lawsuit or how it works on the sell side or how it works on the buy side with this buyer compensation agreement, feel free to reach out in the comments or email us or find us on Instagram. This is Alex Creech with the Creech Crew, and I'll see you next time.